Hello there and welcome to another episode of Excel Learning Series with Sayed. In this episode, we will try to learn how to build dynamic arrays in Excel using dynamic filters. To follow along with me, please click on the link in the video description to make a working copy of this workbook. There are 4 sheets on this workbook. The first one is single filter, where we will try to practice how to use single filter to build a dynamic array in Excel. Then we have multi-filter sheet where we will try to apply more than one filter to build our dynamic array. Then finally we have this dynamic filters and array sheet where we will try to apply 3 filters to build our dynamic array in Excel. Finally we have this last sheet, which is key. This is used to build the drop-down menus that we are using to filter the values. With that said, let me go into the dynamic filters and array sheet. This is the output that I'm trying to achieve, where I will have 3 different filters applied to build a dynamic array. For example, here I have the drop-down menus of department type, employment type, and condition. As you can see, I have a formula written already in the cell F5. I am going to rewrite that for you. I'm just trying to give you an overview of what we are trying to achieve. Here, when I select any department, say for example HR, and employment type is say full-time and condition is and. What it does is it is trying to see the values of department where HR is set. So all the people from HR who are full-time. So both the conditions should meet. If I change this to or, one of the conditions is okay. For example, this guy, Thomas, is from HR, but he's a contractor. And George, is from accounts and finance, but he's on full-time. So if an employment type is full-time or the department type is HR, those values will be filtered out and a dynamic array will be built out. And if I change this to and, both the conditions should meet. And that is how this dynamic filter is built. To achieve this, we first need to understand how the filters exactly work. To get the basic understanding, we will go into the single filter sheet here. And here I have a drop down menu of department names already built. So based on my selection in the department drop down, I want the values from this data to be filtered out and a dynamic array to be built out here. To achieve that, I will place my cursor in cell F5 and start typing in equal to and the filter function. This function requires 3 arguments. The first one is the array. Where exactly is the data that needs to be filtered? So I can go ahead and select the entire column from A to D, or I can simply select this set of data. I want that data, comma, what it should include. I want all the department names which are equal to the selection from this drop down menu. And if it is not found, I want it to say not found. And close the double quotations, close the bracket. Now when I press enter, it says not found because there is no selection here. But if I make a selection here, say for example, accounts, there we go. I have all the people filtered out from the accounts. If I go ahead and change that to sales, see that? So on the fly, I am able to see the people from different departments. I hope you got the drift. With that understanding, let's try multiple filter. Here in the multi-filter sheet, I want the values to be filtered based on these 2 filters, that is department type and employment type. To get started, I will place my selection in cell F2, press equal to, start typing in filter function. So the first argument that we need to pass is the array that needs to be filtered out. So I am going to say filter the column A to column D, comma. Now in the include part, the second argument, I am trying to supply 2 filters here. For that, I will have to put my filters in brackets. So my first filter, I will open the bracket and I will say any value from column C if equal to the selection done in the cell F2, close the bracket. Now I need to decide whether both the conditions should meet or either one is okay. So if I say both conditions should meet, I will put the multiplication symbol. If only one condition is okay, then I will put the plus symbol. For now, I'm going to put the multiplication symbol there. Then the second condition, I would say any value from the column D if it is equal to the selection made in the G2. Now close the bracket, comma. If it is empty, I am saying not found. Close the double quotations, close the bracket. Now I will press enter. Why is it giving me the 0 value? It is because I have selected the entire range of column A to column D. So any blank values below that will be listed here as a dynamic array. To avoid that, we can go ahead and say A1 to D86 and C1 to C86 and then D1 to D86. And then when I press enter, it will say not found now. You get the hang of it, right? Now I am going to go select my department sales, and then I need to also select a value from my employment type, full-time. I don't have anybody in sales on full-time role, so internship, no. Maybe contractor, yeah, I have one person who is in contractor role. So here we are trying to match both conditions. If I change this multiplication symbol to plus and press enter, you can see I have people from sales who are on contractor role. So I have only one person who is in sales and contractor, and here I have another person who is from sales, but he's on call. So basically what it is doing is it is trying to filter the values based on either condition. If it is sales, okay. If it is contractor, okay. So either value, if matched, it will try to build the dynamic array based on that. With that understanding, let us move into the dynamic filters and array sheet. Here I am trying to build a dynamic array using 3 different values. That is department, employment type, and the conditional logic that I'm going to provide dynamically on the fly. To get started, I will place my selection in cell F5. Type equal to filter. Filter what? I want to filter this entire data set from A1 to D86, comma. Then what I want to include in my filter, I will provide that using the if function dynamically. So I would go ahead and type my if function. If the condition is equals to and in double quotations, if it says and, I want to apply the and logic. So I would go ahead and open my parentheses. Anything in the column C, it would be C1 to C86. Anything in that range, if it is equal to the selection made in F2. Since it is AND logic, I will insert the multiplication symbol, open bracket, and I would say in column D1 to D86, anything which matches the selection in cell G2. I want all those values to be included when the filter is being applied, comma. What if the AND is not selected there? I'm sure it is going to be OR because I have only 2 conditions to meet. So for that, I am not going to test again. I would simply say open parentheses, cell C1 to C86, if equal to the selection made in F2, close parentheses, plus symbol because we are applying the OR logic, open bracket, and in column D1 to D86 equals anything selected in G2, close the bracket again because we are back to if function. So I'm going to close my if function. Now we are back to filter function. I will insert comma there. What if it is empty? I would say go ahead and say not found, close the double quotation, close the filter, press enter, not found because everything is empty here. Now I will say I want people from sales. It is not waiting for these conditions. It is simply getting me the results of people who are from sales department. Now if I apply this one, it is getting me people from sales and contractor in a default condition, which is, I guess it is applying the OR condition here. Now if I change this to AND, see, I have people who are from sales and are contractor. If I change this contractor to say seasonal, I have nobody. But if I change the logic from AND to OR, I have so many people. And if you notice here, when I put my selection in cell F5, my function is dark black. But if I move my selection down below, you would see it is going gray, because this is coming right from here. Any change you make here, if I just delete any values here, just go ahead, delete, nothing will happen, because this is a dynamic array which is being filled from right this point, and it is filling all these values. I hope you found this lesson helpful. In the next episode, we will try to explore more dimensions of Excel. If there is any specific topic that you want me to cover, let me know in the comments below. And yes, of course, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Thank you and have a very lovely one. Until next time.